All right, have a good day. All right, that person came to look at my Kersey laundromat, and now we're doing a quick live in the Countach. Hopefully, my phone lasts for a while. It's been a long day of filming and doing stuff, and it's dying, and I forgot my charger. All right, off we go. Lamborghini Countach. As many of you know who follow my channel, we do lives all the time. Usually on Fridays, it's Fun Car Friday. And lately I've just been driving Countach almost all the time. I also have a Diablo and a Spree, an 81 Aston Martin, a 94 Supra, 91 Supra, 91 Mustang, 86 Porsche 928. My daily is a 17 Velociraptor, but the plan is to replace that with a 96 Defender 110 LS3 converter. However, that's been a debacle up to this point, so that's in the shop. It may be in the shop forever, we'll see. But we're in Colorado, it's January, and this is the 6th Fun Car Friday in a row I've done, I think. Pretty amazing. Because obviously if there's snow on the roads and stuff, I'm not driving this car. I think it might snow some tomorrow. Actually, I did a live this morning and drove it this morning. It was real cloudy and foggy. There was no snow in our house at all. But then I got to the other side of town, there's just a tiny bit of snow. And there may have been a couple flakes in the air, so I've driven this car in the snow, but there was nothing on the roads or anything. It wasn't slick at all. I've had this little laundromat for about a year and a half now, and it's definitely not why I was able to afford Lamborghinis, that's sure. But it allowed me to get my other laundromat, which has been really good. But real estate is how I was able to afford these cars. But the one thing that little laundromat has done is it's about 15-20 miles from my office. It allows for these fun car drives every Friday. If I sell it, I'm going to have to figure out somewhere else to go. I do have my phone mounted to the back window of the Countach, so I can't see comments or anything. When we get back to my office, which could be a while, I can answer your questions. But my phone might die by that time, we'll see. Definitely acceleration videos and showing how fast it is. A lot of people think it's just slow as dirt because first gear goes to 60. So if you're used to a car that goes like 30 or 40 in first gear, and you hear how long it takes to get through first gear in this car, there's a really good reason for that. These cars were built for top speed. You know, it should go 170 something, even though it's one of the least aerodynamic cars ever built. Lamborghini did some top speed runs, and I believe they got to like 185 or something, but they took off the wipers, they taped off all the vents and everything, put on special tires. They did quite a bit to get it to hit that number. I definitely smoked a lot of semis. They are no competition. This is a great road they built, kind of between Highway 85 and this street up here. Really, I don't know why they built it, because there's literally like 7 cars on it for a 5-mile stretch the entire time. But it's a nice road. That's what the trucks like it. If you're wondering, we do not listen to the radio in this car. I've yet to turn it on after 2.5 years of ownership. Mostly just out of trying to be cool and say I never turned the radio on. But no, I just like listening to the car. So many mechanical sounds. One of the cars going this way. Usually it's pretty open up here, but not today. I was just saying how there's never any cars on this road, and this is probably more cars than I've ever seen on this road before. pay for my mechanic. And then I can have stuff fixed whenever I want. I could be crazy, but I'm really starting to think about that idea. Of course, finding someone would be the trick to that, and of course, hopefully they have tools, or at least enough tools, because I have some tools, but obviously I don't have enough to run a mechanic shop. You couldn't do, I'm not talking about machining parts or anything like that, just, some of the more basic stuff. And working on Lamborghinis, it's not rocket science. There's so many Lamborghini owners, especially Countach owners, who work on their cars themselves. I don't have time to do that. I can do some of my own stuff, but I've just got so many things going on. I've got 3 kids, and I don't want to be spending all my time away from them. But I know it just takes time to learn and understand the cars. If all these owners who aren't mechanics are able to work on them, you should be able to hire a mechanic and figure it out and learn the ins and outs of it. And if we had a mechanic, who could work on Lamborghinis and all the other cars I have, that could become a pretty valuable mechanic for other people as well. Still on, it still has power. I can peek at it in my rear view. Not looking at my phone, not looking at comments. I did a live video on TikTok a few weeks ago, just like this. Phone was posted, wasn't looking at it, and they shut it down and said I was violating community standards and participating in dangerous activities. I was like, I had my phone posted on my window. I wasn't touching it or looking at it, but gotta be careful. And I don't even post driving videos to my main TikTok account anymore because of that. I just post them to my car account. We're probably 10 minutes from my office. The same distance we just went or less, but now we've got to go through town, which takes some time. course, it's a dog leg transmission, so first gear is down and left. Straight up is reverse, so they have this little lockout. You want to put that on to make sure you don't try and shift into reverse instead of second. second's middle up, third's middle down, fourth top up, fifth bottom right. One of the best ways to tell a kit car, because there's some pretty good kit cars out there that have Countach's, is the transmission. A lot of them just have a regular 5-speed manual with no gates, or it's got a real long weird shifter up here. Extremely heavy on a Countach. It doesn't bother me at all. I mean, it's a little heavy. I'm also kind of a bigger dude, so but it's not uncomfortable. I don't think about it. I just drive. My wife does not like it. She does think it's pretty heavy. No power steering. But when you're driving, the steering is fantastic. I mean, it's just wonderful. But if you're stopped and trying to turn the wheel, yeah, it's a pain. But very no mechanical help, no computer help. You're driving the car. It is in kilometers per hour. Every Countach was in kilometers per hour for the speedometer and odometer. It does have the little inner ring that's miles per hour, but it's for real. It beats tight. I mean, after you drive a car for a while, especially with the manual transmission, you kind of know how fast you're going in most gears, at least approximately. Which comes in helpful at night. If I drive this car at night, I can't. The dash is like this weird green glow. You can't see anything at all. There's no lights really on the controls. These aren't lit up. Your lights to turn the lights on aren't lit up or anything like that. So definitely, I don't suggest driving a Countach for the first time at night. It'd be a very scary experience. And I drove mine for the first time at night, of course. It showed up at night, and I don't have, I'm not going to wait for the morning. That'd be crazy. This at the laundromat in Kersey. It's a very small town, 1,500 people in Kersey, I think. One of the guys in there doing laundry, he was in there for a little bit, left, came back in, was so excited, like, can I take pictures? Picked up my gas, and I took pictures, came back out, had to shake my hand and say hi. And so you get that a lot. Driving this car, I stopped at the gas station today, because I have to do that a lot, because it's like 10 miles per gallon maybe. And 3 people were stopping, looking at it when I come back out of the gas station. That just happens all the time. And at first you think it's going to be a pain, but really after you experience a couple times, you realize how much people enjoy the car and how it really makes their day, and it's pretty cool. Especially the guy at the laundromat. I haven't seen anyone that excited for a while. He's like 40, so of course that's the age. But people who love the car. And you're really seeing values of kind of some 70s, but 80s, 90s cars skyrocket because, you know, when that generation were kids, that's usually when you get your love of cars as a kid, and you research cars and you see cars, and you know, those cars when you were a kid are the ones you've always wanted your whole life. And then that generation grows up, gets a little bit of time under their belt, and some of them become successful, and they're able to purchase those cars, and then you kind of start to see the values go up. Likewise, you kind of see, you know, some of the older cars, like the 40s, 50s, values go down just a little bit because the generations of those cars are starting to die out a little bit. So there's not as much demand for them. But a car like this, I mean, probably one of the most iconic cars of all time. It's hard to ever see it really having less demand when they only made 1,900 of them total over 16 years. And I know probably at least 20 people who own multiple Countachs. So it's like, when you buy one, you think that would be enough, but no, you need to buy more of them. Like, some people ask me, what's next? What car do you want to buy next? I'm not planning on buying anything for a while, long time. I'm just like, you know, it'd be nice to have another Countach. We're about 3 blocks away, 4 blocks away from my office. Well, maybe 5 or 6. Depends on if you go straight that way through all the houses or you actually take the roads. I was talking about doing driving this morning in the fog and tiny bit of snow. I also did a 360 video of that, which is on my YouTube right now. So I did a different kind of mount system today to try it out. Yes, if you don't know what's directly behind you, you do need to sit on the sill to see anything at all with the door open. But I've parked in this spot 100 times, so I know what's behind me. No surprises. At least I hope not. All right, we made it. That's a Countach. So yes, I drive in socks because I have together. Yeah, it should say in the title of the live, it's a Countach drive, but a lot of times they don't show up prominently. Grab all my stuff. Maybe I'll grab my shoes, maybe not. It's an 88. This is my office garage back here. So yeah, there's the 5.0. That was my daily driver for many years, supercharged 5.0. One of my Supras, a 91 turbo 5-speed Targa. My 94 turbo 6-speed Targa. And the 81 Aston Martin V8. And I've got a Diablo, a Lotus, a Porsche 928 in my house garage. So cool, everyone. Well, I appreciate you being on. Take care. We'll be back with some more lives, more videos, of course. Appreciate the comments and likes and follows and all that. And have a great weekend.